Welcome back, dear students, in your English second classes, class 6. So in our previous video, we have already completed our first chapter with the story and poem. So then moving forward, lesson number 2, The Cherry Tree by Ruskin Bond. So before discussing anything about the chapter, first of all, let us have a look about the life of Ruskin Bond. So, his students, here you can see him. He was born in 1934 in Kasauli, India. He now lives in Missouri. The first book he read as a child was Ali in Wonderland and other tall tales. The Room on the Roof was published when he was 21 years and was partially based on his experiences in Dehradun. Though he has authored several collections, Rusty's Adventures, The Panther's Moon, The Night Train at Deol, and Our Trees Still Grow at Dehra are his most popular story collections. So, this story is also one of those collections. What is the name of this story? The Cherry Tree. Basically, this is a story of a boy named Rakesh and his grandfather. So, let's begin. First of all, students, here you can see the cherry tree. These are the cherries you have seen already. So, come on page number 30. So, let's begin our story, students. One day, when Rakesh was 6, it means once upon a time, when Rakesh was 6 years old, he walked home from the Masuri Bazaar eating cherries. Cherries you have seen in the picture, students. So they were a little sweet, a little sour, small bright red cherries which had come all the way from the Kashmir Valley. From Kashmir Valley they came. Here in Himalayan foothills where Rakesh lived, there were not many fruit trees. The soil was stony and the dry cold winds stunted the growth of most plants. Why there were no more trees, fruit trees? Because of the atmospheric conditions as well as the due to soil condition. Because their soil was stony and the dry cold winds blew there. But on the more sheltered slopes, there were forests of oak and deodar. So nextly, Rakesh lived with his grandfather on the outskirts of Masuri. So here, where does the Rakesh and grandfather lived? In the outskirts. What does it mean? Outer boundaries of Masuri. Just where the forest began. Okay, dear students. Then grandfather was a retired forest ranger. He had a little cottage outside the town. Rakesh was on his way home from school when he bought the cherries. He paid 50 paise for the bunch. It took him about half an hour to walk home, and by the time he reached the cottage, there were only 3 cherries left. Then what he asked with the grandfather? Have a cherry, grandfather, he said, as soon as he saw his grandfather in the garden. Grandfather took one cherry and Rakesh promptly ate the other two. He kept the last seed in his mouth for some time, rolling it round and round on his tongue until all the tang had gone. Then he placed the seed on the palm of his hand and studied it. He was rolling in his mouth. What does he rolling, students? He was rolling a seed of cherry. Then, are cherry seeds lucky? Asked Rakesh. Then what grandfather replied? Of course. Then I will keep it. Nothing is lucky if you put it away. If you want lucky, you must put it to some use. What can I do with the seed? Asked the grandson. Who is grandson here? Rakesh. Then grandfather replied, then plant it. So Rakesh found a small spade and began to dig up a flower bed. Then, hey, not there, said grandfather. I have sown mustard in that bed, plant it in that shady corner where it would be described. So, nextly, when it was winter in the hills, a cold wind blew down from the snows and went woo 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 in the decor trees, and the garden was dry and bare. In the evening, grandfather and Rakesh sat over a charcoal fire, and grandfather told Rakesh stories. Generally, what both of them do every day, grandfather told Rakesh stories about people who turned into animals, and in turn, Rakesh would read to him from the newspaper. Grandfather's eyesight being rather weak, Rakesh found the newspaper very dull, especially after the stories, but grandfather wanted all the news. So, early in the morning, when he got up to chop wood and light a fire, Rakesh saw the V shaped formation streaming northwards and heard the calls of the birds clearly through the thin mountain air. So, what happened one morning? One morning in the garden, he bent to pick up what he thought was a small twig and found to his surprise that it was well rooted. What was that, students? He was going to pluck it, but actually, what was that? He stared at it for a moment, then ran to fetch grandfather, calling, Dada, come and look, the cherry tree has come up. So, here, what happens? Rakesh saw a small plant well rooted, and he was surprised at seeing that because what was that, students? What cherry tree? Asked grandfather, who had forgotten about it. Because they have already forgotten about it. The seed we planted last year. Look, it's come up. Rakesh went down on his hunches while grandfather bent almost double and paid down at the tiny tree. It was about 4 inches high. Okay, dear students, something like that it looks first time. So, yes, it's cherry tree, said grandfather. You should water it now and then. Then what happens? Rakesh ran indoors and came back with a bucket of water. Don't drown it, said grandfather. Rakesh gave it a sprinkling and circled it with pebbles. Nextly, he looked at tree every morning, but it did not seem to be growing very fast. So he stopped looking at it, except quickly, out of the corner of his eyes. After a week or two, when he allowed himself to look at it properly, he found that it had grown at least an inch. So, you can see here, students, that year the monsoon rain came early, and Rakesh plodded to and from the school in raincoat and gumboots. So what happens? It was about 2 feet high when a goat entered the garden and ate all the leaves. Only the main stem and two thin branches remained. What happened? One day a goat entered in the garden and ate all the leaves. What was the remaining only? The main stem and two thin branches remained. Never mind, said grandfather. Seeing that Rakesh was upset, it will grow again. Cherry trees are tough. So, for seeing this, Rakesh went upset. So, grandfather told him, never mind, it will grow again. Cherry trees are tough or strong. Towards the end of the rainy season, new leaves appeared on the tree. Then a woman cutting grass cut the cherry tree in two. Then another incident take place, students, with the cherry tree. What happened? At the end of the rainy season, new leaves appeared on the tree, but a woman cutting grass cut the cherry tree in two parts. Then what happened? When grandfather saw what had happened, he went after the woman and scolded her, but the damage could not be repaired. Once it was cutted, it cannot be put back again it. So maybe it will die now, said Rakesh. So here Rakesh thought that now it will no more, maybe it will die now. So maybe, said grandfather. Grandfather also replied, yes, it may be. Then nextly what happened? But the cherry tree had no intention of dying. By the time summer came round again, it had sent out several new shoots with tender green leaves. After being cutted by a woman, then also tree continued to be growing because the cherry tree had no intention of dying. Then that monsoon, Rakesh went home to his village to help his father and mother with the planting and plotting and sowing. Though he was thinner but stronger when he came back to grandfather's house at the end of the rains to find that the cherry tree had grown another foot. It was now up to his chest. Now, here what we are talking about. When Rakesh came back to grandfather, the cherry tree became taller and reaches up to his chest. So one day he found a bright green praying mantis. What is that, students? Here is the picture I am showing you. Perched on a branch, peering at him with plugging eyes, Rakesh let it remain there. It was the cherry tree's first visitor. So here you can see the picture of that insect, and he was the first visitor of the cherry tree. Then the next visitor was a hairy caterpillar. Hairy caterpillar, here you can see, who started making a meal of the leaves. Rakesh removed it quickly and dropped it on a heap of dry leaves. Why it was so? Because Rakesh don't want anything to be feed upon the cherry tree. He loved the cherry tree so much. So, what he said nextly? Come back when you are a butterfly, he said. The winter came early. The cherry tree bent low with the weight of snow. Phil Mecca sought shelter in the roof of the cottage. So, nextly, in February, it was Rakesh's birthday. He was 9 and the tree was 2, but almost as tall as Rakesh. One morning, when the sun came out, grandfather came into the garden. Let some warmth get into my bones, he said. So he stopped in the front of the cherry tree, stared at it for a few moments, and then called out, Rakesh, come and look. Come quickly before it falls. What was it, students? It was grandfather called to Rakesh to see the cherry tree. Rakesh and grandfather gazed at the tree as though it had performed a miracle. There was a pale pink blossom at the end of a branch. So here you can see like this. So beautiful it was looking. The following years there were more blossoms and suddenly the tree was taller than Rakesh, even though it was less than half his age, and then it was taller than grandfather, who was older than some of the oak trees. Then nextly, but Rakesh had grown too. Rakesh also grown taller. He could run and jump and climb trees as well as most boys, and he read a lot of books, although he still liked listening to grandfather's tale. So nextly, in the cherry tree, bees came to feed on the nectar in the blossoms, and tiny birds picked at the blossoms and broke them off. But the tree kept blooming right through the spring, and there were always more blossoms than birds. That summer, there were small cherries on the tree. Rakesh tasted one and spat it out. It's too sour, he said. So, they will be better next year, said grandfather. But the birds like them, especially the bigger birds such as the bulbuls and seckled manivets, and they flitted in and out of the foliage feasting on the cherries. So here what we have studied, students, as soon as small cherries came on the tree, Rakesh tasted, and what was the taste? It was too sour. But grandfather said to him, don't worry, it will be better for the next time. But those sour cherries, little cherries, were liked by the birds, bigger birds, especially like as bulbuls, etc. On a warm sunny afternoon, when Even the bees looked sleepy. Rakesh was looking for grandfather and could not find him in any of his favorite places around the house. So, what happened actually? Grandfather and Rakesh usually sit under the tree. Which tree? Cherry tree. There is just the right amount of shade here, said grandfather, and I like looking at the leaves. They are pretty leaves, said Rakesh, and they are always ready to dance if there's a breeze. After grandfather had come indoors, Rakesh went into the garden and lay down on the grass beneath the tree. He gazed up through the leaves at the great blue sky and turning on his side. He could see the mountains stretching away into the clouds. He was still lying beneath the tree when the evening shadows crept across the garden. Grandfathers came back and sat down beside Rakesh and they waited in silence until it was dark. Why they were sitting? What is this in this paragraph? What we have studied, student? That whenever they are getting the time, they usually come under the cherry tree and spend their time all through the day. So, nextly, there are so many trees in the forest, said Rakesh. What's so special about this tree? Why do we like it so much? Then Rakesh asked from the grandfather that although there are many trees in the forest, but then also, what is the special about this tree? Why do we like it so much? So, what was the reply of grandfather? We planted it ourselves. That's why it is special. Because the cherry tree you have planted by yourself. That's why it is special. Just one small seed, said Rakesh, and he touched the smooth bark of the tree that had grown. He ran his hand along the trunk of the tree and put his fingers to the tip of a leaf. I wondered, he whispered, is this what it feels to be God? Why the tree is compared to be God? Because when Rakesh sowed the seed, small seed in the soil, he haven't thought about it that one day that seed will become a big huge tree. Okay dear students, so this was the story. So nextly, coming to our exercise, totally there are 9 questions. Two types of question are there, reference to context and secondly read, reflex and write. So from here you can see the questions. So first of all, our first question is, nothing is lucky of you, put it away. If you want lucky, you must put it to some use. Who said this and to whom? The first question is, who said this and to whom? So the answer is grandfather this to Rakesh. B part. What was the speaker referring to? So the speaker is referring to the seeds of the cherry tree. C part. How did the person being spoken to put it to some use? The person being spoken to put it to some use by planting the seed. Then our next one, third. Come back when you are a butterfly, he said. The first question is, who said this and to whom? So the Rakesh said this to caterpillar. B part. Why did the speaker not want to creature to stay? The speaker did not want the creature to stay because if the creature stay, it will spoil the tree. Who was the creature here, students? It was the caterpillar. C part. What does this line tell you about the speaker? So this line tells us that the speaker is very kind and caring towards the cherry tree that he planted. Nextly, our fourth reference is, he could see the mountain spreading away into the clouds. So A part, who is referred to as he in this line? So Rakesh is referred to as he in this line. B part, from where could he see the mountain? Rakesh could see the mountain from where he laid under the cherry tree. C part, What does the expression spreading away into the clouds mean? The expression spreading away into the clouds mean that the range of mountains extended a great distance up to the horizon where they were covered by the clouds. It appeared as if the mountain ended in the cloud. So these are the reference to context, students, and read, reflect and write. We will provide you in your next video. So now it's your homework time. Read the lesson and complete your work with word meanings. Students, first of all, you have to write the word meaning of this chapter. In a proper way, you have to maintain your copy. First of all, write today's date. Here it is mentioned. Then lesson number, lesson name. Then, first of all, you have to write the word meaning. Then reference to context and start doing your work.